I have a hole in my sock. I have a. I'm not gonna tell you which one, cause in case I lift my feet up and they're in camera view, I don't want you to like be looking out for it. But I have a hole in my sock around the right heel. Fuck, I just said the foot. God damn it. Anyway, yeah, in my right foot, on the heel, there's a slight hole, a small one. Um, and to be honest, there's on my left heel. Looks like there's gonna be one over there too. What would be the what's the worst hole to have in a sock? For all you sock wearers, what's the worst one? I feel I go with probably around the toe. You get a hole on the toe, then it's like weird because maybe it's terrible if your toe like pokes through and like it's just not in the sock. It's like an astronaut being sucked out into space. Like it can't get back in the space station. You wiggle, you try to do everything you can, but you need assistance. Someone's got to manually grab you, pull you back in. Or else that astronaut's lost forever. Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Preston, and this is a typical podcast. Boom! Yeah! Talking about socks and feet. 2 episodes in a row. That's a new all-time high in the typical podcast career. It's the beginning of June, and with the beginning of June comes the end of semesters. Fuck. I could host anything. I'm sorry. It's the beginning of June, and with beginnings, there's always an end. And it's the end of semesters for all you school people, all you class goers. Congratulations if you graduated. Good job. Pat yourself on the back. How was this year? Did you have fun? Was your senior year awesome? If you're in high school, was your senior year awesome? You guys must have done a lot of extracurricular activities. Just hanging out. You know? How was that? Did you guys have fun? I'm sorry. I'm guessing, I'm sure depending where you live, everything might have been normal. But for a lot of people, it was just a lot of online and internet school. And no assemblies, no meetups, no get-togethers, no clubs. That kind of sucks. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that has happened to you. I'm sorry that your school year was not as fun or great. I sound condescending. I don't mean to. Sometimes I don't realize how I'm talking. I did know. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. I'm sure depending where you are, maybe school was completely normal, nothing going on, no online, no sick people going to school. But for a lot of people, they didn't have any assemblies, they didn't have sport teams, they didn't have the high school experience. And for those people, I'm sorry. What's up, Freckles? You got something to say? No? Okay. You just keep being cute then. Sorry, my dog. Special guest appearance, everyone. Let's give a round of applause for Freckles. No, but seriously, congratulations to those of you that are graduating. Now, I don't remember, but last year, since like COVID was like beginning and like becoming mainstream, did the last classes from last year, the other classmen, did they graduate? Did they have a graduation? Because I remember for some people, they just straight up, they got their diploma. They just got a piece of paper mailed to them, and that was it. They didn't have like a graduation ceremony. That kind of sucks. But at least this year, to my knowledge, most schools had a graduation ceremony. I mean, it wasn't the same, they separated chairs, it was still a little different, but still, that one graduation ceremony is better than no graduation ceremony. This time of year is amazing for one thing and one thing only. Nectarines are back. Nectarines are in season, and that's my favorite fruit. I just love them. I love them. That's my favorite fruit. That's why everything's good in the world, you know? Everything is good in the world when nectarines are around. To me. It's just life's great and it's perfect. I eat like 2 a day. I'm not even joking. I actually do probably eat 2 a day. The reason I do that is, you know, they're not around all the time. I'm just trying to consume as many as I can in such a short span. Because then I miss out. I miss out on them for pretty much 60% of the year. And that's, for that 60% of the year, life's not good. Life's not great. Things are always happening. You know, last year, COVID existed or sprung into the mainstream. And you know what? That wasn't around nectarines. If nectarines were around, things definitely would have changed. Things would have been way different. Everyone's moods and like energies would have been better. We would have coexisted a little more peacefully. Nectarines are just, I think, the core element to what makes humanity peaceful. And strangely enough, that peaceful core element that we all need, it's not even here for most of the year. It's here for like a limited amount of time. That's what sucks. But is it because they're not around all the time? Is that what makes them even more great? Is it? Is it? Is it? Is that what makes nectarines so amazing? Is it not actually the flavor? Is it not actually the sweetness, or maybe the sourness, or the savoriness? Is it just because they're just not always around? Like a father to a orphan. You savor those moments. I don't know what that metaphor was, but there's something there. there's something in that metaphor, but I just can't reach in and find it. I can't pull it out. I can't pull out what I was trying to say from that metaphor. But it's in there. Being a human being, badoom. As a human being, you and I, we've all at some point done or been around someone who's farted. And I've got to say, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the activity. It's not my favorite thing to do. It's not I don't laugh my ass off when I do it, or just enjoy smelling or being around people who do it. It's not like I go around looking for others who have the same passion as me. No, I don't. I'm not passionate about farting at all. Not in the slightest. It's so stupid. Yeah, I don't like fart humor in like in entertainment or just in real life. It does not make me laugh. However, if you fart and then you respond, if you fart and then respond with, I just ripped some ass, I might laugh a little bit. I might. That might make me give a little haha, or a little or a little maybe even a haha. One of those. There's potential that might make me laugh. But if you just fart, that's disgusting. That's gross. I mean, it's natural. It's not disgusting. It's not gross, but it's natural. It's human. It's what we do. I just don't like it. I don't find it funny. It's not my it's not my go-to entertainment. Okay, we get it. It's not my go-to entertainment. We get it already. But still, as a kid, every kid probably finds it funny at first or a little bit, and then you get older or something happens, blah, 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 blah. You just don't, I don't like it. It is not, I don't like fart humor at all. It just doesn't make me laugh. I don't give any reaction to it. Now, my question for all of you, do you enjoy fart humor? Do you like farts? Do you like sound effect farts? Because I see there's a lot in edits of like people use like fart edit stuff for their edits for like a sound effect, like, oh, someone messed up, boom, a fart sound effect. But to be honest, when I see that, I think those people are just catering towards children or catering towards stupid people, like people that like may have brain damage. Last episode, I made a joke about vibe vampires. Those are people who slowly kill the mood out of a group or activity for people. They're different from, those people that if you're having a conversation, everyone's laughing, and then someone says one thing, and then it's just silent, and they're just like, oh. Like everyone's, my mom died. That's not a vibe vampire. That's a vibe extinguisher, because they just extinguish it quickly. The laughter is a flame. Their quick comment or quick trying to be funny joke just extinguishes that flame of laughter. They're vibe extinguishers. Now, a vibe vampire, just people who keep maybe putting you down or just not being there, like they are. Let's try to find an example, because I did not prepare one. We all know, right? You've been around someone who you just don't really want to be around. Those people could be considered vibe vampires. It's different from just, oh, I don't like this person, I don't want to be around them. Because that person could still be fun, but it's being around someone who just kills it, who slowly kills it for everyone. And no one knows. No one knows they're the vibe vampire. It could be you. It could be you. It could be me. I don't think it is me. But you don't know. That's the problem with vibe vampires. They don't know. They're just doing their thing. And what their thing is, they're draining the life. They're sucking the mood out. They're killing it. Vibe extinguishers are very obvious. Those ones are just, like I said, just immediate laughter. Nope, no laughter anymore. You could point out who the vibe extinguisher is. I think I might have just created that. I'm assuming I was the first person to ever create vibe extinguisher. You're welcome, world. If it gets used, you're welcome. If it doesn't, then I still think it's cool that I said that, created that. Here's something that I want to know how to navigate better or just do correctly. The reason I say navigate better or correctly is because the response you give doesn't make sense. So anyway, here we go. As someone who makes videos on the internet, I get followers and stuff, right? Oh, I get you guys listening and watching. I get you guys. So naturally, at some point, there is someone who says, wow, you have a lot of followers. Or they say, hey, good job. You got a lot of followers. Something like that, where they comment about you and how you have this many followers. How do you navigate that correctly? Because it's weird. Because you want to go, oh, thank you. But that's not something, that's a weird thing to say thank you to. Like, oh, hey, it appears so many people followed you because they chose to follow you. Good job. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's a weird thing to say thank you for, but I just don't know what else you say. Like if someone says, hey, I think it's cool that you have 5,000 followers, for example. Uh, thank you. Like, what do you? Because you can't say nothing, because then it feels weird. Like, oh, it's cool that you have 7,000 followers. Right? So what are you supposed to say? I get what they're saying is they're kind of saying, good job, you put in the work, but they're not saying that. They're saying it. If someone says that to me, what I get from it is that, hey, you're putting in the work. Good job. That's what I think they're trying to say when they say, wow, you have so many followers. That's what I get. That's what I take it as. Because it's not what they're saying. They're saying, wow, you have these followers. That's cool. But if I say thank you for, oh, wow, you have this number. That's cool. Like, that's a weird thing to say thank you to. That's why I say I have made it where it's, oh, you work hard. Oh, thank you. But still, it's a weird question or phrase for people to say. Am I the one being weird? Trying to be like, oh, don't say thank you, or try to come up with something else? Or is it just a weird question for people to ask? Right? Because it is weird. It is weird because they're not acknowledging your work. They're acknowledging that you have this number. I feel like it would be the equivalent of saying, oh, good job, you have 5,000. It would be like the equivalent of saying how much money someone has. Like commenting like, oh, I think it's cool that you have $20,000. Like, it's a weird sentence. You don't go up to someone and say, I think it's cool that you have $20,000. Thank you. See, there we go. That's a good comparison. Sorry. I was trying so hard to think of what I could relate it to. But it would be like, it's the equivalent of saying you have this money. If you're talking about someone's followers, like, good job, you have 5,000 followers. Oh, good job, you have $5,000. Like, it's a little weird, but it's not they don't mean it as an insult, I don't think, but they just mean it as, they just see a number, you know? But yeah, it's a weird question or statement or compliment they try to give you. And I don't think they understand it, that it's weird. But yeah, I don't know how to navigate those situations or those conversations. I haven't had too many. There's been a few times where someone's been like, oh, good job. But I don't think they've never meant harm by it. It's just a weird question. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to end today's episode. Thank you guys for watching or listening. This is a typical podcast. And see you guys next week.